Gotta wait. All right, we are live.
Hey, Feed and Frenzy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, I'm good. You ready for this E3 that starts tonight with Bethesda?
Yep, definitely ready for it. And we got some topics we're gonna be going through, and hopefully people will come and watch eventually.
Yep. Man, I'm
Yep.
excited. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When Bethesda starts?
Yep. Pretty sure. Let me double check real quick. But yeah, I think Bethesda, and I can't remember who the other companies that start tonight.
Well, it's not gonna be the big guys. The Sony and them, they're all gonna be on tomorrow.
Yeah, the pre-E3. Yeah, that's true. But it's nice to start off with a company. See, because Bethesda always been a personal favorite of mine, where they did all the Oblivion, Skyrim, and Fallout, which I'm a big fan of. I don't know about you.
Oh, definitely. Truth be told, I've never actually really played Fallout. I don't really play Fallout, but
Man, how do you not love Fallout? It's like it's like another Skyrim, or not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. I mean,
no, it's just there's too many. I feel like there's almost too many of them at this point because even though it is true, like Skyrim, all that stuff is fun. The games that have you just go around and you can basically do almost whatever you want. They're fun, but I just feel like there's so many of them now, and it's just like they each take a long time. Like I played almost 100 hours of Skyrim.
man, you could never have too many Elder Scroll games. You could just never have not enough time. That's what it is.
What? So it's not that you have too many games. You don't have enough time.
Exactly.
Oh, come
Exactly,
on.
man.
No. You got too many games. That's what
No,
you call
man.
it.
See, the thing is, the thing that takes most of the time is the side missions with these games. I mean, it depends what type of player you are. If you're a player that just wants to breeze through the storyline, then you can finish the game relatively quick. But if you're that type of guy who wants to go do all the side missions and all that and get the most out of your game, then yeah, it's going to take quite a while. But that's what I like about Bethesda games, though. That's the thing. Like, there's always something to do. You never run out of stuff to do.
Yeah, that's true. Bethesda is one of the companies that really they do better, I believe, than most other companies when it comes to actual content. Because a lot of companies they're very repetitive when they come to their sandbox games. It's like, yeah, you have a lot of side missions, but so much of them are just repeats of the same. And Bethesda does a lot of unique side missions.
That's true.
Yeah, now before we go on, just want to say to our viewers, because we got about 4 according to the thing right now, if you guys want to ask questions, we're going to be talking about E3 here. So you guys want to ask questions about E3, about games, about what you guys want to see at E3, or just make some comments. Just make some comments in the video. You can just make some comments, all right? All right, we're going to move on to our first topic, which is, I just wanted to, actually, it's cross-platform play. Nate Boy, we are live.
All right, sorry.
We are live, Nate Boy. You shouldn't be getting up. Anyway, cross-platform play is what I want to talk about.
All right, cross-platform play. Oh, man, that's one thing I'm interested in. Man, to be able to play with all my friends who have an Xbox while I'm on PS4 and vice versa for those Xbox One players. Oh, man, that's going to be a big thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree with you because, in my opinion, cross-platform play consumers. But you got to look at this from all points of view because let's just say the PS Neo and the Xbox Scorpio and the NX all come out, right? And they all have cross-platform play. Which system do you think would dominate the market if you no longer have to, people on the same console for third-party games?
I mean, that's true. I think personally, I'm a PlayStation fanboy, so I'm always going to stick with PlayStation and Sony and everything what they have to do. But I definitely think that PlayStation would dominate. That's from a personal preference. But from a non-biased point of view, I would say, I don't know, because personally, I think both are generally good gaming consoles, and they both bring in the third-party games. So from that perspective, I don't know. But I know one thing about third party though. Third party with third. I'm not sure console wise, but developer wise, it's going to be a big thing for developers. Because personally, when I look at a game and I want to buy it, I think, oh, does my friend have this game? Should I get it because he doesn't have it? Like, but then if cross-platform comes into play, like that's not going to be an issue anymore. I'll be like, oh, my friend has it on Xbox One. I can play with him now. So let me get the game. So
Definitely. Oh, did I cut you off? Were you finished?
no, I'm finished. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because that's the biggest thing with the friends question. Because one of the first things you think about, like, well, if it's online, if it's single player, who cares? But if it's online, it's like, do my friends have this? Because you're gonna want to play with your friends, especially if it's a cooperative or something like that. It's a game that you're gonna, and with cross-platform play, you're gonna have so much more options. People are gonna, because if you can play with all of your friends, regardless of what console you have, people are gonna kill it. It's gonna be something that people just kill, I think.
Yeah, they just need to bring more third-party games. They bring Halo to PlayStation, man. They need to do that.
Speaking of Halo, I wanted to talk about Halo 6. They haven't said anything about it, but Halo tends to come out every 2 years, and Halo 5 came out last year. So I'm thinking this year's E3, we're going to get a reveal on Halo 6.
Man, I mean, maybe. I mean, Halo 5 just came out when? Last year?
Yeah, last year, and that means Halo 6 should probably be coming out next year. So I'm thinking, what do you think? A big reveal? Because
I mean,
if it is a big reveal, they've been hiding it pretty well.
personally, I'm not. After Halo 3, I stopped being a Halo fan. But that being said, Halo is a big thing to many consumers out there. And I don't know. I like the innovation that Halo is doing. Like I like how they make it kind of like the Call of Duty feeling to it. So that was a big thing to many consumers, not me, but many other consumers. So if Bungie announces a Halo this year, it's definitely going to be a big thing, especially for all those Xbox One console owners out there that play Halo.
Yes, that's true. And I really think that, but this is going to be like the end. So I think this would be a big thing. Because Halo 6, that'd be like the end of the whole arc, basically.
That's true. I mean, I haven't played the Halo story since Halo 3, so I can't really tell you about the story mode. Besides the story that all I know about the past Halo 5 was that they're searching for Master Chief or something like that. But yeah, I can't say much because I don't know much story behind that.
Hey, I understand. But still, I think Halo 6, we're going to get a reveal for Halo 6 this year. I think because if they're coming out every 2 years, then definitely we'll get one this year, I think. So I think that we'll get one.
Man, yeah, maybe. We'll see. But the games I'm looking forward to this year, let me think my list. My list is Destiny 2. That's one of the biggies. Battlefield 1, Final Fantasy. Those are the 3 biggies that I'm looking forward to this year. Man, I don't know where to start. We got a big E3 coming up.
Yep, definitely, especially with the new consoles coming. Well, of these consoles. Let's go with that because you got the PS Neo, you got the Nintendo NX. Now, I want to talk a little bit about we're not going to really talk about the Neo because that's not being done at E3. Let's go straight to the Xbox Scorpio. No, they announced it. Remember in the article they said it's because they already announced it.
Oh yeah. You're right. I was thinking of the NX just now, but yeah, the rumor has it that they're not bringing the new console out at E3 or announcing it at least. Which is garbage. It's garbage. We as consumers want to see like what console's coming out. Like I want to know the E3 is the time to roll it out. But I see from their perspective where they don't want to hurt PlayStation 4 sales. I see, but still.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, if you're gonna bring it out at E3 because that's the time when you really want to. When people are really watching for games, it's the biggest conference of the year. So if you're gonna bring it out, the news out, just bring it out at E3. I don't think you should bring it out at you should bring it out later. Just But I'm pretty sure they probably have a good reason, probably something that we can't see for not bringing it up. But anyway, let's go on to the Xbox Scorpio.
Man, that's the thing. There's nothing to bring out with the Xbox Scorpio. Microsoft has that so hidden.
Which is
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I'm hoping that they hide it because I like when they hide it for E3 because then you see it at E3 and you're like, oh my goodness, instead of just like all along. Because, go ahead.
That's true. That's true. But the thing is, what innovative can they bring out that would make me be like, oh, like 4K? Are they going to match Sony's 4K? Like, what are they going to do with Microsoft? Like, with the new Xbox? Like, what new could they do that would take the spotlight?
Well, the thing is that if the PS Neo isn't being shown at E3, they would have the spotlight almost. My big thing is that with the is the NX, but we'll go on to that later. The Scorpio. If the Scorpio needs to not only have 4K, it has to be, in my opinion, like it has to bring something new to the table that the PS Neo isn't going to bring.
But that's the thing.
Because having
what
4K,
new can they bring?
I don't know. That's why I want to be surprised because, like, I don't understand. Other than bringing like 4K, better graphics, better processor, maybe better online or something like that, I don't see much that they can bring out other than the 4K. And the 4K is already something that basically everybody knows is or thinks is coming. So that the PS, I don't think the Xbox Scorpio will be bringing out other thing than 4K. But I'm optimistic. I'm thinking that they'll at least surprise us because the Scorpio has been so hidden. The PS Neo, we've been hearing rumors about that for I want to say a couple months now. But the Scorpio is something that was just so new.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I see they can realistically do is shrink the size of the console that I would like for them to do. But I don't know. I can't really think of anything else that they could do or would do.
Here's the big thing: the Nintendo NX.
I don't know. I don't even think Nintendo's what it is. Nintendo doesn't even know what it is.
I'm not sure. It's because they just keep confusing me. Because first thing is like it comes out. I mean, well, it doesn't come out, but they're talking about it, right? And then all of a sudden, it's supposed to come out the end of this year, even though they say it's delayed until next March now. And I'm like, you know, basically nothing about this thing. How is it coming out so soon?
I don't know. Nintendo's about to. I don't know. That's a good question. I think they're probably gonna find a DS and throw it on top of the Wii and like, here's the NX right there. Because what they were thinking of doing, or rumor has it, is that they didn't want to they wanted to make it a handheld console. I don't know what they mean by when they say that. Like they don't want it to compete with the Wii, but they want it to have like a supplementary. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like,
and the thing, go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead.
But the thing is that Rockstar says they're interested in developing games for it. So to me, I'm like, that even made me more curious because I'm like, why would Rockstar, the GTA people, be interested in developing games for this thing unless it's something that is really good? And I'm like,
Sorry, rewind that back. Rockstar's making games for this now?
No, they want to make. Rockstar is interested in making games for Nintendo NX. They haven't said they're making games for it yet. Apparently, the delay is actually Nintendo seemingly said that the reason it's delayed until March is because they have to wait for the software to be done. You know, like the games, not because they didn't exactly say that, but they basically implied that they have to wait for the software, not the games. So, I mean, the software, just the games, not the actual hardware itself. They seem to be acting like that's done, and. So to me, I'm just confused because the news that keeps bringing out, it asks more questions than it answers, especially when they said it's not a successor. And I'm like, okay, then what is it? That doesn't say much about the game. It says what it's not. It doesn't say what it is.
True. But I mean, as a console developer, I would think I would do something similar to what you're doing, like feel what the consumers are thinking, like see what they want, see what they don't want. And maybe they might be doing that, but who knows? It's another console thing that's in the shade, like the next Xbox. But we'll see
definitely, and that's what makes me more excited for this. Well, actually, I think Nintendo usually does their conference on the Tuesday, but yeah, that's what makes me definitely more excited for this.
Yeah, but the thing is, what would the hardcore Nintendo games come to this? Like, am I going to see a Zelda? Am I going to see a Mario on this console? Like, or am I going to see hardcore games like third-party games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, like all those type of things? I don't know, but that's something we got to look forward to.
Definitely something to look forward to. But let's move on from the NX and them. I'm thinking we need to talk about some Bethesda tonight. We got Bethesda tonight, and you know what big game is? I believe it's Dishonored 2.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Dishonored. That's not because I didn't like it, because I never actually got a chance to like in-depth play it. But so tell me about this game, man.
Well, this game, Dishonored 1, was pretty good. It's kind of like Skyrim, except it's not. It was much more linear. Like they had side missions, but not that much. It was much more story based than like just do what you want. It was the whole stealth thing. It was a really big stealth thing because like and they also had this whole moral. Could you not kill anybody? Could you every enemy basically could you could leave them alive
or kill them.
Oh yeah, but they had unique ways. Like it was like there was this one enemy where there's two enemies where you could either kill them or you could actually, if you got something from them, you could send them off on this like slave thing. Mm-hmm. Instead, they become like slaves. And it was very unique each time how to spare people's lives. Like there was this one guy, you had to brand him, and if you branded him with like the curse mark, he's a criminal, so he has to like run. So instead of killing him, so it was a cool game, very nice story. Now in Dishonored 2, in Dishonored 1, the whole point was you were protecting the princess. Her name was Emily, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. That after the trailer last year, they revealed that it seems like you play as her this game.
Okay, but it sounds like my type of game, though. Decide who I want to kill or not. Like,
yeah, and then stealth.
That's one thing about a lot of like games like that play style. Like, someone pissed me off. You are dead. There's no choice. If I don't like you, you're going to die. Like, I love how developers do that. Like, they gave the players a choice. Like, why limit the players? Like, if I want to kill you, you're gonna die. Okay.
Yeah, but it looks like the new Dishonored looks pretty good from the trailer, but they didn't really show much game. I don't think they showed any gameplay actually. It was just a cinematic trailer. But then they at the end revealed that they said a familiar face, so it seems like you may be playing as the same character as well, like both of them, like either girl or him. Yeah. So he'd be really old by the time because she looked like she was an adult. So anyway, but yeah, just go ahead.
You're saying something about Dishonored?
No, I was just trying to say because we're still talking about Bethesda here. Yeah. What do you think, like other games? Because I don't know anything other than Dishonored 2 that Bethesda could really be bringing out. Because Doom is that Bethesda? No, I'm not sure. I think Doom is Bethesda, but I'm not sure. Doom is already out if that's Bethesda. If it's not, then whatever. But I really think that idea. So to me, what this conference is going to be about. See, last year we had Fallout and we had Dishonored. What?
Yeah, you followed this, but I think what Bethesda is most definitely going to talk about is bringing out a Fallout add-on. That's rumor has it. Like they want to. That's what I think they're going to focus on. This like that's one biggie. And personally, I just started playing Fallout again, and I'm loving it again. And I'm already looking to see what DLC they have out. Like they just came out with a DLC just recently, actually, and I feel like. That's what they're going to focus on, and the remake of Skyrim on next gen console. That's personally one thing that I'm looking forward to, because I never got a chance to play Skyrim, and I didn't have a console to play it on. Like I didn't have the last gen console when it came out, so that's one biggie. Like if you're a fan of Bethesda and never got a chance to play Skyrim, watch this year's E3 at Bethesda.
All right. Good stuff, Nathan. Now, before we go on, just want to say we got a commenter, Stefan Zerski. I'm sorry, I probably mispronounced that name, but thanks for joining the podcast. God bless. And now he says we'll find out tonight at Bethesda's conference, right? But he actually made a comment about your Skyrim. He says Skyrim doesn't need a remake, though. You are
right. Skyrim does not need a remake, but for the players that never got a chance to play it, this is their opportunity to get it on the next-gen console.
Oh, thank you, Stefan. He says, but it's fun to hear it pronounced, his name. Yeah. All right. Yes. Well, yes, I agree with Nathan. Like, it is true. People who didn't get a chance to play get to play it again. But let's talk about reboots right now, actually, since we're talking about this, because that's on one of the topics. Right now, we're getting Final Fantasy VII. Different, because that was made all the way back in PS2 games. So I'm perfectly fine with them rebooting it, basically. But what I am saying is that all these reboots that come from the 8th generation to the 9th generation, I'm thinking are so unnecessary because the graphical upgrade isn't much. Usually they don't add much. They just include the DLC. Stefan 7 was on PS1, not PS2, apparently. Okay, PS1. My bad, Stefan. I'm with that because that's an old game. All the way up to the new consoles, that's good. I don't come out on the 360 and the PS3. I don't exactly know why you have to remake that. You're not going to add much graphics. You're probably not going to add much more story, and it may come with the DLC. I mean, I want to say 5 or 4 years ago, does it really need a remake? No, it doesn't. That's true. But it's not the only game they're doing. Also getting the Call of Duty 4 remake, which isn't actually, that's not bad. But once again, I feel as though this generation, we're getting too much remakes from the generation before. If you're going to remake something, remake it from a couple generations ago, not from generation before.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like, I feel like they just want you to rebuy the same game. Like, now, one remake that I personally did love was Grand Theft Auto because they added something to it, the first-person mode, but that's
not a remake. That's bringing it to the next. Console.
Yeah, but I guess you know what I mean when I say remake. Like,
yeah, at least they did add something more to GTA 5.
Yeah, like
from Stefan, he says his biggest concerns are Kingdom Hearts 3, Persona 5, and hopefully Nintendo reveals the NX this year. One thing about the NX, Nintendo has said it's delayed until March. But I'm with you, man. I'm really hoping that they reveal this at E3. We find out what it is. It's just so confusing right now. In fact, me and Nate, when they bring out news about it, it asks more questions than it answers.
That's true.
Kingdom Hearts 3. What do you think about that, Nathan?
That's another series that I haven't got a chance to get into, but I know first Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were huge success, and many of the fans are looking forward to the next one. So,
oh, good.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to be a big one. I think Square Enix conference might be tonight as well. So, I'm not sure the date, but it might be tonight. I'll have to double check, but that's where we can find out information about the next Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, but one thing about Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm just surprised at this massive delay because it was announced in 2014. That was 2 years ago and it's still not out.
Hey, one thing what I learned is that when developers take their time with the game, it tends to be more successful. Like, look at Rockstar, for example, when they did that huge delay with Grand Theft Auto. And the way I look at it is if a developer makes a delay for a game, that's because something's not completely right with it. Or they have to fix something or implement something better. So in my mind, it's okay, you're delaying the game. It better be that much better when it comes out. So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Stefan says COD Modern Warfare deserves a remake because it was the best story in the series.
They're actually remaking it. With the next Call of Duty, they're selling the remake with the new Call of Duty.
Yeah, so, I know. That I think he was commenting on when you were talking about Call of Duty earlier. And my thing is, yes, it does have one of the best stories, but remaking it by itself, I was hoping for like a Modern Warfare trilogy maybe, or at least the first 2 games like bundled in, as opposed to just the one Modern Warfare. But it's still good that they're at least bringing that is kind of good to have that back because that was one of the good ones. Modern Warfare, definitely. All right, we talked about reboots. Let's move on to, I'm thinking Destiny, right?
Yeah, definitely. One of my favorites.
Now, question, there was an article last year saying that Destiny 2 may actually be coming out this year. Now, if it is coming out this year, we'd know by E3, which is basically tomorrow. What do you think about that? You think it's coming out?
I don't think it's coming out this year. Not at all. I think probably more DLC for Destiny 1's going to come out this year.
Oh, speaking of it, you need to hear they're finally doing it. They're actually the DLC that's coming out for Destiny 1 is only going to be on the 9th gen consoles. It's not going to be on the 360 and not on the PS3.
Well, they're finally getting rid of the last gen console, which doesn't matter to me. But there's still many players out there that still have the old console. But it's gonna either force them to upgrade to next gen or stay behind. So
I mean, the consoles 3 years ago. That 3 years ago is when the new consoles came out, and if they're getting the boot, they had a good run, really good run.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Destiny 2 maybe, because Destiny is a pseudo I would call it a pseudo MMO. It's not something that I think will last. Because most MMOs they last about 5, 6. World of Warcraft lasts I think 12 years.
Not still sure lasting exactly. Actually.
Yeah, still lasting. Yeah, still lasting. So, but most MMOs are about 5 or 6, I think 7 years. But pseudo MMOs, I don't think they're going to last that long. I think 2 or 3 years at the most, because they don't have as much content as the real MMOs. So I'm thinking Destiny 2 will actually be coming out pretty soon.
I guess that's arguable, because I still know many players that still play Destiny. But partially the reason why many players stick with MMOs like Destiny is because there's nothing better to play. There's straight up like that. Like, well, developers aren't making like great games per se, in my opinion. Like back when, but that's because the generation we grew up on good games like the original Star Fox. Like if you look at the old Star Fox and the new Star Fox, the new Star Fox is garbage compared to the old one. Like, but that's a personal opinion. So
yeah, I don't know, because I haven't gotten the new Star Fox yet.
Yeah,
but you're right. We did grow up on, I believe, a much bigger. I believe we grew up on the classic games, and a lot of people don't even know about the classic games at this point.
Yeah.
So it's different, but I still think the games coming out look pretty decent. They're
decent, I guess.
Most of them. Now, one thing about we're going to move on to, I want to talk about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Let's talk about this garbage. I saw
the trailer. Go ahead.
I saw this meme the other day where it's like, there's a picture of all the different planets, and they're like, so Call of Duty DLC got leaked early. They're dissing the fact that how you go into outer space and space travel and all that. But man, I'm not a fan of what Call of Duty is doing. I'm not a fan. But
yeah, definitely. Space travel's been done. I'm interested in seeing more gameplay about it, because we saw the trailer, and I gotta admit, the trailer sucks.
Yep.
It was bad.
Yep. Bad.
But I want
Modern Warfare selling Battlefield nowadays.
I want to see them redeem it. I want to see them redeem it at E3. I want to see them show me something that is so epic.
No. I want to see them redeem it. It's going to be very, very, very hard for them to redeem garbage. That same day, Battlefield took advantage and dropped their Battlefield trailer. So now we'll see what's going to be happening.
Yeah,
I definitely want to see what Call of Duty's going to do to try to redeem themselves.
Oh yeah. I'm with you. We're gonna see what Call of Duty's gonna try to do, but I'm thinking that they will at least try to like show some decent gameplay, show some maybe kill streaks and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it'll be better than we think. That's all I'm saying. And one thing about now, let's move on to Battlefield 1. Actually, one thing about Battlefield 1 that I love is that they're going to World War 1. They're not doing, because space travel's been done. World War 2's been killed. Modern Warfare is starting to get kind of oldish, I want to say, not too old, but kind of get oldish. So now they're going to World War One, a war that I feel like I'm not sure an first-person shooter has ever even touched.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm thinking that World War One it'll be something new. But one thing I'm thinking about World War One with the Battlefield 1 is that I'm not sure.
All right, sorry about that. I'm back now.
All right. One thing about Battlefield 1, I'm saying that World War 1, I'm not sure if the variety of guns in World War 1 is that good, because I don't think they even had handheld machine guns in World War 1. I think the only machine guns they had were those mounted ones. I don't think they had
they had ones. Oh, you cut out there. Yeah, they had Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah, you lagged out there for a
Yes.
second. Um, I don't know, if you look back in the olden day Call of Duty games, they were my personal favorite actually. When
Those are
there's
World War II.
Oh, true. Well then, well
Yeah, because World War One, when I'm thinking about the guns in World War One, the only machine guns they had were those ones you had to actually mount. Like they didn't have the handheld machine gun. I don't think so in World War One. They had like rifles, they had the pistols, but I don't think they had snipers. And I'm not even sure where the shotgun. I think they had shotguns, but I'm not sure. Like without handheld machine guns, no, I don't think they have any sub. I don't think they have any assault rifles. So I'm
what
thinking like, what variety will Battlefield give you with the guns?
this is the interesting thing though, that based on the trailer, I don't think they're sticking strictly to World War One because they had these modern day tanks, they had miniguns, they had all this stuff. Now I'm not sure which weapons were available back in the day in World War One, but they showed all the stuff of tanks,
Oh, they had tanks in
miniguns,
World War One.
planes. Yeah, but I'm saying the tanks they showed and whatnot, and they look modern, but I don't know how the tanks looked back in the day and all that, the feeling to it. So guess we got to see. Well, this is where history plays into video games, I guess.
I guess so, but they did have planes. I did see the planes, and those were World War One planes. Those were like the regular planes that had the machine guns on them and stuff like that. The World War One planes. So that does look pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But still, I just don't know how popular it will be. That's just my opinion. I'm not sure how popular World War One will be.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess we got to wait
Uh,
and see what EA is going to do with these games. Well, this game in particular. It's going to be interesting to find out tomorrow. Or is it EA tomorrow?
yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow, the conferences. Definitely, you'll find out at the conferences. EA doesn't officially start till Tuesday, but you'll find out at the conferences, and that starts tomorrow.
All right.
Now, let's move on to Sony. Let's just kind of wrap things up here. I've been recording for almost an hour, so let's kind of wrap it up. Actually, we've been recording for about 32 minutes, but let's get to the big thing. Sony conference. Without the PS Neo, what do you think Sony will have to say?
One thing is that I think Sony and Microsoft and actually PSUP is getting into is now virtual reality. That's a big thing that's happening now. So they're probably going to release more information about their headset. What's the name of it again?
The Sony's VR. It's called wow, drawing a blank actually. But whatever it is. Project Morpheus, I think.
Is it Morpheus? Oh,
Yeah, I think it's Project Morpheus.
interesting. I don't know. We'll see about that. I Wait, give me a sec. Let me see what the other ones. What is Microsoft's own again?
No, that's not Microsoft's. That's just the one that Microsoft is using.
Yeah, I know.
The Oculus Rift.
Yeah, Rift. There's Rift and Morpheus.
But then Microsoft also has that HoloNet thing where they they showed it last year, C3, where they can you can actually interact with stuff on it's on the table. You can interact with your game, but it looks like it's on your table in your living room.
Oh yeah, wasn't that Oculus Rift?
No, that wasn't. That was the HoloNet, I believe.
Oh, oh yeah, I remember that with the Minecraft. Yeah, I guess so. We'll see more of that in E3. I'm not sure what more they can do or what new things, because they've been releasing information on that stuff regularly actually. So we got to wait to see what E3, see what's new.
Yeah, definitely. But I still don't think the thing is that Sony, without that, I don't think they have much to say in terms of first party, at least to me, because I haven't heard much about their first party except for Uncharted 4, obviously.
Yeah, that's true. What I think they might be bringing out a God of War. That's one big, strictly Sony game. But yeah, I can't really think of any others. Because Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy are third party now, going to Xbox. But yeah, I gotta wait and see.
Yeah, I did hear about God of War 4. So it is possible that they bring out a God of War 4. I did hear about like a rumor or something about
But
it.
yeah,
So
there was a released artwork of the next God of War.
So I think they would be talking about if that's coming out, they will be definitely talking about God of War 4. That'd be a game to really get excited about for most people.
Yeah. Let's move on to Microsoft. They got Gears of War. What else do they have besides Gears of War? The next Gears of War.
Well, maybe Halo 6.
Yeah, so
Maybe Halo 6. They also have that Scalebound game. They announced it 2 years ago. They didn't have it at last year's E3, but I think they're really going to have it at this year's E3. They have that Scalebound game, which actually looks interesting. It looks like it may be another, I'm not sure, an MMO, but it may at least be like a co-op dragon game, like, dragons, humans thing. Like, I'm not sure whether it's an MMO, though.
yeah, there's
Scalebound and, like, Gears of War 4, and that's about... Those are the big things I think that are coming out for Xbox One that's Microsoft Conference will be doing this year, I think.
yeah, so I guess we have a general idea of Sony and Microsoft. Now Nintendo, rumor has it, is that they're focusing strictly on Zelda. Rumor has it for their game conference.
Which would be smart because this new Zelda, it looks like Skyrim almost, basically. Because they showed how vast it was and like how you can basically just explore around. And I'm like, yeah, it looks like Skyrim in a sense. And I think it's going to be a really good new Zelda. But what I want them to focus on is the NX. I want to see what that is. I want to see exactly what that is so that we can finally figure out, like, what are we trying to be excited about here?
We all want to see what that is. And talking about the topic of consoles, rumor has it is that they're going to be bringing consoles out more frequently now. Because if you look at the cycle, where it's like Xbox, and then a long time it's Xbox 360. After the 360, they started making 360 remakes, and then Xbox One, and now they're doing Xbox One remakes. And then, so are we going to see a shift in console cycle now? We're going to see more consoles, newer consoles earlier now, or what do you think is going to happen with that?
Well, I think we're just going to have upgrades because it is true. 360 and PS3 even, they all went through their upgrades. The PS Slim and the 360 Slim, they all went through their upgrade period. It was like 3 years of one console, then we're going to bring out an upgraded version of it. The difference is, though, the PS Neo and the Xbox Scorpio, they look to actually upgrade the whole hardware, it seems like 4K to 4K. See, the Slim simply added wireless internet, and, it was smaller. It came with 250 gigabytes of hard drive space, but it didn't do much changes to the actual GPU and stuff like that.
It's less gameplay upgrades.
These new consoles are actually looking like they're going to be real new consoles, like serious upgrades, not just upgrades to like your Wi-Fi or stuff like that. They're going to be serious GPU upgrades, it seems like.
Yeah,
so,
and
personally,
that's a big thing with developers, because rumor has it is that developers are going to have to put in more work to be able to play on these new upgraded consoles. So,
yeah, the biggest thing is, are these developers going to do it? Are they going to make 2 different versions of each of their games when they them a lot of money? Are they going to get the money back is the question. Like, are there going to be enough people buying the Xbox Scorpio and the PS Neo for the developers, for it to warrant the developers making a version for the Xbox One and the PS4 and for the PS Neo and the Xbox Scorpio? Or are a lot of developers just going to say, you know what, there's a big enough market on the Xbox One and the PS4 right now, we'll deal with the Scorpio and stuff later on?
That's true. It's just they're all different stuff that we all looking forward to, and E3's right around the corner. Just a couple more hours until it starts.
Yeah, Bethesda. But personally, the consoles, I think the biggest thing is these consoles. PS Neo, we know is not going to be announced, but you got the Scorpio, you got the NX. I really am interested in finding out about these new consoles, finding out also which developers are supporting them. Like I said, Rockstar is interested in developing for the NX, but I want to see who else is interested. I want to see if EA will finally, after the long boycott, come back to Nintendo. I want to see, will Ubisoft be bringing all their new games for the NX? I want to see, Rockstar, all these different companies. I want to see all these different companies. Are they coming back to the NX? Is Nintendo getting third party back with the NX? Yeah. That is the biggest question in my mind.
But wrapping things up, talking about Rockstar now, they officially announced that they started development on Grand Theft Auto 6 a while back.
Yeah, so 5 years from now, we should have it, eh?
Yeah, 5 years from now. But are we going to see any information with this EA? Anything about Rockstar?
I doubt it. I doubt that. I think they're going to focus on the Red Dead Redemption, which is it getting a remake or is that a 2?
It's a 2 coming out.
Okay.
Rumor has it March.
Okay, so I think we're going to get more Red Dead Redemption info. I don't think they're going to really give anything about GTA because GTA, even if it does come out, they're making so much money off of GTA 5 right now. There's no way they're going to be bringing out a new GTA, I think, this year or even next year. I think 2 years would be the limit right now, 2 years, because GTA 5 came out in, I believe, 2013, I think. Yeah, 2013. Yeah. So I'm thinking they're going to give another 5 years before GTA 6. I mean, well, not another 5 years, but 5 years for GTA 6. So I think GTA 6 won't come out till 2018 at the earliest.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get it earlier than that.
Yeah, definitely. Just wanted to remind viewers, we got 2 viewers. If you guys want to ask questions, we'll be answering them. We're going to wrap up now, though, because we've been broadcasting for a bit. So just to say final thoughts here, like really excited this year about E3, mostly because we haven't heard much about, from the big three at least, like from Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. We haven't heard much about like what they're going to be focusing on, what's going on in those departments. They've been managing to keep it pretty quiet this year, and I really like that because I love going in not knowing much.
Yeah, that's true. I love being in that surprise, but summarizing everything, the biggies that we'll be looking forward to is virtual reality gameplay, for first-party games like Gears of War, God of War, those games like that, and the new consoles. Those are the biggies that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, me too. Definitely those new consoles. Definitely those new consoles in my mind.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank you, Stephen, for making some comments. And I'm Feeding Frenzy 91.
I'm Nate, boy. Thanks for watching.
Yep. Thank you all for watching, and may God bless you all.
Yep. God bless.